Hi, my name's Jess, and I've been filming for the last few months. And well, it all really started a few years ago, and my parents sent me on camp, and I was just so young and so impressionable. The baby, one of them. And, anyway, what was that? Oh my God.
We're going to have a bit of a chat about not what it actually means to have diabetes and be a young person, but what it actually means to be a young person, live your life, and to also have diabetes. Now, you might think that's a fine distinction to make, but hopefully what Ben and I have to say today will shed a bit of light and give you a new perspective on things. We're both graduates of the Royal Children's Hospital Diabetes Clinic, and we've also been involved in the hospital's diabetic summer camps over a number of years. And as also was alluded to before, we're also members of the Injectors Teenage Diabetic Network as general committee members. Now, very briefly, the Injectors is a volunteer education and social support group for young people with diabetes.
It's to provide a bit of support and relief to teenage diabetics. Just help their life, everyday life with diabetes a bit easier in any way we can, because we all live with it and we sort of know what it's like. So rather than having doctors and stuff throw medical terms towards you, we deal with it every day. So recommended retail price $48.95. For you, $20. See Keith Falconer, who hasn't got his on, naughty boy.
Oh, mine is a Dougie Hawkins specialist line one, and I don't want to wear it.
Yeah, so that lessens the go.
I got so much out of them when I was younger, and I'm just repaying everything I got out of it when I was a kid. Lots of friends, lots of support, just the knowing that there's heaps of other people out there that are in the same boat as me. So, and role models, I have some fantastic role models, people to look up to and stuff, so yeah.
Okay, what else we got? Who else wants to go anywhere?
It's just great to meet other diabetics because, you know, we all shoot up and, you know, not that I often monitor my glucose levels, although I should, but that's not a personal thing.
Yeah, I'm involved with the Injectors basically because I started off doing with camps and that sort of thing and got to know a lot of the people in the Injectors from that. I think a lot of people with diabetes that aren't involved with a group like this, they start getting down about it and just look at all the negative side of things. Yeah, there's a lot of positives as well, and I mean just the friends and the social network's a good one, a good start, but also just, you know, the leadership skills and things from you that you gain from some of the opportunities that yeah, and having to meet people like that's a bit of a burden, but I mean there are good people in here as well, so that's pretty much why I'm a part of it.
Joel, your fly's undone.
Now, does anyone know about health and food hygiene, food preparation, that sort of thing? Now, is salmonella just in fish or what? Just in chicken?
I think the Injectors, what it means most to me, is probably young people who are living with diabetes and not making it a huge aspect, except for the fact that they meet up with other people who have diabetes. I think it also means to me young people with an experience, a wealth of experience, who basically give lots of young people the opportunity to see that there's not just one way of managing diabetes. And often health professionals like myself tend to lump people together, and the Injectors give a lovely perspective that everyone can deal with diabetes in many different ways. And it doesn't mean you're right or you're wrong.
You seem to find with a lot of diabetic kids that they never ever meet other diabetic kids, and they never ever realise that there are other diabetics out there who've got exactly the same difficulties that they've got, and at the same time feel the same things that they feel about being diabetic and being a teenager at the same time. And if you can let them know that there are other people out there, other teenagers out there who've had those kind of issues, then it's going to make their own lives a whole lot easier and give them a wider sort of resource to draw on in terms of dealing with their diabetes.
It's fantastic. I think it's great for adolescents and kids to get involved and to become leaders and to learn that living with diabetes doesn't have to do all your life. It's just a big part of your life.
Through camps, actually, I got to know other camps, obviously, as you do in camp, but also got
to know a lot of the leaders who are taking us on the camps. And that basically gave me the opportunity. They're the ones who pretty much set up the Injectors that gave me an opportunity to get involved, and I was keen on becoming a leader after I finished being camper on these camps, and I was keen on continuing on, and I saw continuing on being a leader on camps, I saw the Injectors as an extension of that and wanted to get involved and help out. So,
who did you check the 10 from?
But,
the one that got
about 377. And that's not, we're still expecting 500 from Bayer. And we've already discussed we're not getting that extra 100 for them, that last.
And
someone
has written a letter that we did a deal on that, yes?
Medisense have shown interest, but obviously nothing yet. But the other 100 we're waiting on is from...
And that's the thing, should we write a letter?
There's people willing to put up small amounts of money for particular things, specific things like business cards, stationery, the internet site, that sort of thing. But it's difficult to get the volume of money that we'd like for our primary cause.
Over the last 6 months, it's really picked up in leaps and bounds because we've got sort of a formal structure going now, and we've actually got some money. That's rare. Like back when it was just getting off the ground, where it was. What was it, like a $2 donation from members?
Yes.
And so, we didn't have any. It all came down to doing activities, and the kids would always pay and that sort of thing. We didn't have any money to put into newsletters or websites or anything like that. So it's opened up some channels, I would say, more than anything else. Having a structure and some funds. So hopefully we'll be able to increase our reach.
But first, a little bit of background on us. I was diagnosed with diabetes at 8 years of age, and I think Ben at 4 years of age. That's right. So now we're in our mid-20s. Hang on, mid-20s. Okay, you're right, surely. Is that right? Mid-20s. Okay, well now we're in our mid-20s. We're both graduates of the Royal Children's Hospital Diabetes Clinic, and we've also been involved in the hospital's diabetic summer camps over a number of years. And as also was alluded to before, we're also members of the Injectors Teenage Diabetic Network.
What can I tell you about them? I think they're fantastic. I think they do a marvellous job. People who have graduated from our clinic mostly, who are setting a great role model for young people with diabetes. They have a regular newsletter, they have regular activities, they get together, and I think they just set this fantastic standard for young people with diabetes.
Don't ask what your diabetes will do to you. Ask what your you can do.
If they're living in an environment where a lot of it is, well, we're going to have to wrap you up in cotton wool because you're a diabetic and you're never ever going to be able to go and do all this sort of stuff, then it's just a tragedy for the rest of their life pretty much. So if we can offer, first of all, the peer group support and also the knowledge that there are very few limitations on being a diabetic, then that's good. And the other thing about it is that you probably need people who are older and who have done particular things like, go off and get jobs and go overseas and get their licences and do all that sort of stuff, so that they know that it can be done. Anyone else who might be interested?
Call now.
Certainly there's been some advances in terms of being able to support ourselves in terms of getting money, and that's good. But as that sort of got a lot better, unfortunately the numbers have gone down. I mean, I don't think they're related, but it's just unfortunate that that's the way that it's turned out. And there's no point having money if we've got no one to spend it on. So we've got to make sure that we get people along and doing things that they want to do, and that's what we've got to concentrate on.
Kids today, though, are thinking it's a little bit daggier, though. When I was young, I thought the Injectors was the best thing. These days, kids think it's a bit daggy to be part of a social group or a support group.
The thing about muesli bars is that they can fit snugly in a pocket, and even though they can wrap around your pocket, around your leg, they still maintain their sugars, which is pretty good actually. And I actually found some vintage '96 apricot and coconut there a few weeks ago.
We're the cool alternative. We're the funky diabetics.
Well, it's hard. I mean, we were just talking about, we're, how old? 26? So it's, are we, do we know what a 16-year-old's into? It's hard. So we got to get back to basics, and because if we haven't got kids turning up, it's no point.